Hello and welcome back to Raising the Robins, Series 3, Episode 4. So we obviously, last episode we had the Episode 3 and then the 3.5 with the bonus episode for the FA Cup. I got that all wrong in the commentary when I was doing it. It wasn't going to be out on a Wednesday and a Thursday or a Thursday and a Friday, whatever it was I said. The Episode 3 is obviously out on a Friday, Friday just gone. So I don't know what I did with that episode in the end when I upload it. I haven't uploaded it yet, I'll be doing that tomorrow at work. But it was probably a Saturday jobby or maybe a later in the day Friday one, I'm not too sure. But either way, the commentary won't have it quite correct, I'm pretty sure. So last time out, we had that bonus cup double. Like I said, today we've got Boreham Wood in the league, who are second. So let's jump in and see how we've got on. We've not got a huge amount of games to catch up on, we've just a couple, but enough to get through. So let's have a look. The schedule. So the first game was back in the league, and we did bounce back with a good 2-0 win against Chelmsford at home in the league. I think they're all league games now. There's no cup games left. We're out of both cups. And Kerry came off the bench to make this 1-0. It was very late on, 82 minutes. I mean, we did deserve it, and we did dominate the game, so it was sort of justified, really. They actually pulled the stats back towards the end. We were romping them quite well, but they made it look quite even. Before Corona then made it 2-0 on 90 minutes just to make sure of it. So yeah, that was it was a tough game. They made it hard for us. They were kind of mid-table team, I think. So yeah, it was good to get the win and get back to, a good quick bounce back after the cup defeat. We then travelled to St Albans, and we kind of semi-rotated in this game because we've got another game in 2 days. So we just literally couldn't play the same squad 2 days in a row. And this team did quite well. Osu made it 1-0. After 14 minutes, and then Corona missed a penalty on 16 minutes, 2 minutes later, and then Kerry made it 2-0 on 21. They pulled it back to 2-1, and then they pulled it back to 2-2 on 34 minutes with a penalty of their own. Kerry then put us back in the lead just before half-time, before an own goal by KIOTA Technology. He hasn't scored for us yet, but he scored 2 own goals. Not playing the track, certainly not risking it for own goals. So that made it 3-3. Adams then made it 4-3. What was it? About 10 minutes to go, and then Bowler came off the bench 92 minutes to make sure of the time, make it 5-3. And it was again quite an in game. We had not as many shots, but we had as many, if not more, on target. Good possession, that sort of thing. So they had a lot of long shots, a lot of wild shots. But again, we were good value for the win, and it was perhaps a bit closer than maybe it should have been. The game that was 2 days later, and this is what we rested for, because Hampton and Richmond are in the playoff positions. They obviously knocked us out of the cup as well, so we knew it was going to be a very, very tough game. We had to have everyone as fit and firing as much as possible. Although, as you can see in the fitnesses, it did the conditions, it did kind of work. We used to have players sort of sitting in 80s and 70s. They were very much scraping the 60s and a couple in the 50s as well. Scraping that barrel. So that maybe did tell a little bit in the end. But again, we were very dominant in this game. The stats do show it as well. They only had 7. We had as many shots on target as they had shots in the game. And dominated the possession, made them run around, especially when they're tired. It doesn't always work out that way, but we just couldn't break them down, basically, is what happened. But 89 minutes, Corbois very late on, off the bench, grabs the winner, and it doesn't matter how they come, the 3 points against a playoff, top of the table rival was, very much needed and a welcome relief. So that takes us into the new year, and this is the 2nd of January, the day after New Year's Day. Fixtures, I think Arsenal played on the 2nd this year as well. I remember it always used to be January 1st was a game regardless. Seems to be TV taking over a little bit now and making the games pan over 2 or 3 days. I think, didn't Liverpool Man City play on the 3rd or something? Was that the right game week? I think it was. But yeah, we went 1-0 down in this game very early on, 2 minutes in fact. But we did equalise through Daniel Popo on the half-hour mark from a corner, bullet header. He's scoring a lot of goals. He's still going. We then got a 2-1 lead through, about 10 minutes later through Corona from the penalty spot, and then Corbois with a direct free kick just before half-time made it 3-1. Nothing much happened second half, very even game, and then they pegged one back. Well, not long after us, not long after the break actually. Frankie Vincent making it 3-2, and then the game just kind of descended into not a great deal happening. I was happy, 3-2. I'd like to have got the 4th obviously to make sure. It's always a little bit twitchy when we've got 1 and 2 goal leads, as we saw in the Eastbourne game? No, the St Albans game. Even we've got a 2-0 lead, it's not always enough, but we held on. I say held on, it makes it sound like we were really, really holding on, but we weren't. There was very little trouble from a team that were right down the bottom, and 3-2 again is probably gives them more, more of a good look than it does us. And in the final game before today's episode, which is against, like we said, Boreham Wood, who are second in the table, breathing down on X, was against Concord, another team right just above the relegation places. We completely rotated this game to give ourselves a chance to have everyone rested and fully firing for the Boreham Wood game, and it gave me a bit of a dilemma because I was thinking, do we stick with this team? We got a clean sheet, which we haven't had for God knows how long, but okay, we had a few fives and that sort of things recently, a few threes, but we didn't concede with it. I know the Concord are struggling, but we battered this team. We didn't batter them so much, we were just more clinical. I've seen a lot of wild games, we've had a lot of shots but not many going on target, quite recently, so it was a tough one to decide, but we are going to stick with the usual guys, I think, for the Boreham Wood game. It's be a bit silly to go full rotation for that, but the premise of this really was we had a lot of players. We wanted to be fully fit and firing and rested for the Boreham Wood game, but also we've got a few players now starting to get a little bit angsty about not playing. Bentley is one of them. Who else? Delaney, I think, is one of them. Simpson's kicking off a little bit. So we thought, we'll give them a bit of a run out, and they didn't let me down today. Another day, maybe they would have done. We didn't have the possession, which is what we normally see, but we got the result, 4-0. I mean, that's all that matters. 4-0 win at home, great result, great performance, and just the tonic going into the Boreham Wood game right now, which, as we've mentioned it, we're going to jump straight to the lineups now. Okay, so here are the lineups. Not looking at their lineup at all, we don't know if that's their regular team or not. In recent weeks, Jordan Carey has worked his way back into the team. Bowler went a bit off the boil, started getting a lot of sixes, 6 point somethings, wasn't really scoring the goals. Karoma's been a bit similar, but we can't take him out. He's just the man. Ossiu's coming up for Corboa. Corboa's had a little bit of a dip in form. Ossiu's had a bit of an upturn. Likewise at right back with McDonald. IO Technology's had a bit of a downturn. He's had a few own goals recently. His rating's gone to about 6 something. His last 5 games is low 6s. McDonald's come in and has played well when he has played. And I think that's about it really. We've dropped the centre mid, Dan Adams, I think, a few times, or maybe O'Connor, I can't remember which one, and brought Bolton in every now and then. But it's done well. Whoever's come in has kind of deputised well who they've come in for. So we'll jump into the game. We'll do the team talk, standard team talk. I don't know if they're not reacting quite so well because they have been rested themselves, but they're reacting on the second go. And we kick off here, going left to right in our red kit. As you can see, the league table, 3 points separate us at the moment. I forgot to show you the league table after the last lot of fixtures, but I'll show that in the at the end of the video, at the end of the match. It's a corner for Boreham Wood, and they've scored after 6 minutes from a corner. Not quite sure how, because we had players surrounding them and in the way. That brings them level, but the goal difference is still in our favour at the moment. I don't think it's the head-to-head because we are losing. Yeah, good header, I suppose. You can't really say too much about that. We have a set piece of our own. It's a long throw. Can we get there? We don't. We get a second chance to cross with Dan Adams. We're going to get counted. We've got 5 around him, but he's going to pull something out of his arse, isn't he? No, Dan Adams gets in there, makes the tackle. Cash in to Brown. Spread it left. He's got plenty of space. Ossiu's out there screaming for it. Finds him. He's picked up now and dealt with far too easily. But O'Connor picks up again. Can we create something? It's just the final pass at the moment is a little bit lacking. Composure there in that final ball. And the final third is what's letting us down so far in this game. Can we get the ball back? Straight to the goalkeeper. He's outside the box, so I feared the worst. So we have another long throw here. Karoma, can he get near it? No. Once again, it falls out short to Adams. Back to McDonald. Find a pass. Don't just lose it here. We can't be countered. Asal can't really go anywhere. Inside to O'Connor. Back to McDonald. We're working it around the edge of the box quite well. We do quite see a lot of goals come from this kind of play. Sort of tippy-tappy around the box. It does quite often result in a good chance or a goal. It does result in a counter-attack when we get tackled and lose it silly a few times. Hopefully not this time as Al drives forward. And Karoma, we were just saying, outside the box, we finally get one. It's been a while. Karoma just wallops one from about 20 yards out. It's just really good, nice, intricate play here. O'Connor finds Asal. He drives inside, makes a bit of space for himself, drops it to Karoma. First time hit. Keeper does something, not sure what, but he can't stop that. 1-1. As we go into half time here, it's not a vintage performance from us at all. I mean, they're having a lot of shots, not really seeing many of them, not really doing anything with them. We've had the possession, we've had one shot on target and we've scored it. I mean, we've seen it happen against us enough. It's about time it happened for us, I suppose. And what a game for it's happened against us, for us rather. But we need to improve second half. If we don't, they are surely going to, and the game could quite easily slip away against us and be quite a humiliating bad defeat, actually, I guess. So we need to be on our toes. A chance to build here. Adams to Ossiu. Back into Adams. O'Connor. Can he find Chroma? No, he goes out left to Ossiu again. Carey's dropped left. Whips it in. Chroma's there. He should score. That is a gilt-edged chance. That would have been, I think, his 26th goal of the season if he didn't have that in. And it's another corner for them. And it's just far too easy. 2 easy headers, unchallenged, really. And something I forgot to mention at the start of the game, actually. We've had 5 wins in the league on the bounce, which is a record for us. I think we did it last season as well. And we stumbled on the one that would have broken the record. And so far, that's exactly what's happening today. We're stumbling at the record point, which is a bit annoying. But, you know, they seem to come against tough teams. Which is it's a bit harsh the way the schedule works. But, you know, with the fact we've got their 5 wins on the bounce, puts us where we are, that's the main thing. We've got the breathing space because of that. So we are going to make a change. Bowler's going to come on for Carey. We're going to bring on... O'Connor's going to come off for Bolton. And... IO Technology's going to come off for McDonald, who's looking a little bit... Don't want to jump into that 60. Oh, they are frustrated. And we look like we had a corner there. It's just gone a bit long. Coroma has a chance to do something again. He's fouled. If we can get the free kick, that'd be great. If we don't, it's a waste of a highlight. We do get it. It will be Ossiu to take it. Whips it in. Straight out for a goal kick. Disappointing free kick there. It's another corner. Are they going to score a hat-trick of corners against us? No. Oh, that could have been a good count there, but the whistle blows. 2-1 defeat to Boreham Wood. I think they've done a double over us this season, so it's very disappointing. We didn't really turn up. We 2 shots on target. Only 7 shots in all. It's not really us, but it has been a little bit like us in recent weeks. We've still got the wins, scrapped the wins. You know, against a team like Boreham Wood, we've got to be doing more than scrapping wins. You need to be on your A game. So let's see what that does to the league table. That 26 games played, just gone the halfway mark, I think. Yeah, we have, and we're level on points. We have got a 10 goal swing on them in goal difference. So that does basically count for another point. If it ends obviously like this, it gives us the advantage. Records are identical pretty much. 6 points clear with Dartford in 3rd. How did they do? I assume they won, or not played yet, or played already rather. So I think we've got a couple of winnable games coming up. So go to the schedule. The next episode is going to be in February sometime. Yes, we've got Haringey, a fairly tough game I think, but I think they've dropped down a little bit. No, they're in the playoffs. They've scraped into playoffs. Only just, but they are there. Then we've got Weymouth, Poole, Woking and Eastleigh. Poole, I think I saw Braintree. Weymouth's tough. Yeah, so there's a couple of in there that are a bit tough, a couple that are winnable. So where are we going to come back for exactly in February? Semi-tempted to go with Poole Town, because they're down the bottom. It actually gives us a chance to win on an episode for once, rather than getting beaten every time we come back. See, look, we lost to Notts County, win 5, lose on camera. But it seems to be a bit camera shy recently, so hopefully we can come back. But I've got to play this tomorrow. I've got to upload some videos, edit and record a couple, render a couple as well. So it depends how much time I get. If I get a bit of time to go a little bit further, I can maybe come back for Woking or Eastleigh. We may do that. Woking are up here, Eastleigh are 4th. Okay, so that's actually a tougher game than I gave it credit for. So yeah, we'll come back at some point in February. I don't think I'm going to skip to March. I'm well on cue for making, you know, this season 9 games. Got a couple to spare. In fact, so we could maybe chuck a few more in April. In fact, the season finishes in April, not in the 1st of May. It doesn't even show May. The last game is the 1st of May. So that's a bit strange. It's a very early finishing season. So yes, we don't have to. It must be a less month, which is why I've got the extra episodes or 2 to play with. So we'll come back at some point there. I'm waffling on a little bit now. I'm going to try and trim some of this out because, yeah, it's needless. So we'll come back there. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like down below. Any comments as well, absolutely fantastic. Like I mentioned in the last video, any constructive criticism, anything you want to see me do in the videos, anything if I've changed things that you like, I've started dropping music into the videos. If that's something you like, let me know. If you don't as well, let me know. Being a bit more harsh with the cuts. Again, if you don't like it, let me know. If you do, if you don't. But yeah, and if you're new, yeah, subscribe while you're here as well. And until next time for episode 5, I believe. Yep, episode 5. I'll see you later. Take care.